Welcome to Backstage with Becca B with special guest, Alex Finke. Hi everyone, and welcome to this episode of Backstage with Becca B. On this episode, she's thrilled to be returning to Cape Playhouse to take on the dream role of the baker's wife in Into the Woods. Throughout her career, she's appeared on Broadway in Come From Away and Les Misérables, toured nationally in Anything Goes, and has starred in productions at the Old Globe, Signature Theatre, Paper Mill Playhouse, and more. Please welcome Alex Finke. Oh my God, I was going through your website and everything, and
the website is I'm in trouble. I don't think I've updated that in
but
years.
you
So
have
that's not a good thing to go off of.
well, you worked with my favorite Jean Valjean in history. So
Oh, wait, okay. So who's your favorite Jean Valjean?
my introduction to Les Mis was the 2010
Sure.
little concert thing they did on PBS.
Yeah.
And I watched it 800,000 times. It's because I was a Jonas Brothers girly at the time, so Nick
I
Jonas was in
understand. I
it.
understand.
But then I became an Elfie fan and Samantha Barks and all that.
Yeah, of
Oh
course.
my
Come for
God.
Nick Jonas, stay for Alfie Boe.
Right, exactly. I'm just I was no way.
Yeah. Well, I got really lucky. I got to do it with Alfie Boe and John Owen Jones while I
Oh,
was there. So I did it with two of the Jean Valjeans. So I'm a very lucky lady.
well, also come on Broadway debut.
Yeah, that was pretty nuts. That was a pretty, I don't know, you imagine your Broadway debut in a bunch of different ways. And that really, there are moments in life when sometimes your expectations get exceeded. And that was one of them. So it was
Right.
very cool.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. I just had to get that out of the way. Going I was dying over here. My musical theater girl self is fangirling a little bit over that for you on
Yeah.
behalf of you.
I mean, I was fangirling the whole time. So I'm still a musical theater fangirl.
So my first question to dive into everything
Mhm.
is, have you always known that you wanted to be a theater performer? And when was the moment you realized?
The answer is yes and no. Yes, in that I always love to sing. I would be, everyone outside in the neighborhood would be out playing capture the flag, and I would be on the swing set, living in a story that I made up in my own head. Um, and but I didn't really understand that it was a job that I could have. You know what I mean? I was obsessed with all the old golden age movie musicals. My grandparents were a real gateway to the arts for me in that way. They really, it was the popular music of their time. So that I thought it was cool. They're yes. So I asked for the My Fair Lady digitally remastered DVD for my 8th birthday and memorized it immediately. So
So cute.
in that way, and I was oh, I want to be on Broadway because that was a word that people said, but I didn't really understand you could actually do it. And grew up dancing and did all the theater stuff that I could get my hands on, in elementary school and high school. But it wasn't really until high school, my freshman year, where I did is an amazing organization where I grew up in Ohio called the Muse Machine,
Ooh.
and they do so much.
Cool.
They're a big arts outreach organization, and they bring all kinds of programming into schools throughout the Dayton, Ohio area. But one of the big things they do every year is that they put on a musical with high school students, high school crew, orchestra, the whole bit at the one of the big professional theaters downtown. And so it's like a real souped up community theater experience because we had national touring sets and costumes. It's really amazing. And that's when I met some friends that were a couple of years older than me that were going to pursue it at the collegiate level to study, and then we're going on to New York, and I was oh, this is actually something I can do, I guess. I can say I want to be on Broadway, but there's different paths that actually I could maybe do that. So that was the thing that really opened my eyes to it. So I always wanted to do it, and then I probably really committed myself to doing it and understood the fullness of that option when I got to high school.
Well, and did you know the fullness of that when you were auditioning for programs? Because like you went to University of Michigan,
I
and
did.
that's a great school for musical theater.
Yeah,
Like
it
one of the
was.
top.
I mean, it was the right place for me too. Like I really loved my education there. It was totally the right fit and the right environment for me. Um, but you know, it's so funny. It's like I feel like the musical theater as a major in general has gained a lot more popularity in recent years, and there are a lot more programs. Also, not to like date myself too much, but it was like early YouTube days. Facebook was brand new, so there was so like I and I grew up in a um smaller town in Ohio, and not a ton of students had pursued it at the collegiate level, thanks to Muse Machine. That like really set me up with some people that like I knew what they were doing. And um, but my guidance counselor in high school was like, I mean, I know these two programs that exist, but I don't, you're good
Right.
luck, basically. So my mom and I like went to the bookstore and we got this book. I wish I could remember the name of it, but it's like, so you want to study arts in college, basically. And it was a book that had like, you could look up by major, and it would show all the universities and conservatories around the country that like had that major. So that was like kind of how I put my list together.
Oh.
And um yeah, that's kind of how I did my research.
Do
Real
you
old school.
ever,
Used a book.
yeah. Do you ever like go through and like look at the alumni for University of Michigan who like are like all in this theater industry right now? Because it's wild. I feel like I've interviewed so many people who
Well,
have
now,
gone
I've
there
been
and
out
they're
of
icons.
now it yeah, I mean, I've been out of college for several years. So, and I certainly knew at the time, maybe not in like a huge way, because I don't know, I didn't know a ton about musical theater before I got to college, even though I loved it so much. Like I remember, again, some of these high school friends, like I didn't know Rent until I was probably like a senior in high school. I didn't know what that was, right? Like
Oh, I love that though.
yeah. So I didn't like, I learned who Stephen Sondheim was like my, junior or senior year of high school. So I was like a little late to some of the knowledge. Um, but certainly like once I got to Michigan, that's when I started to understand like the alumni, and also, um, certainly it's a great program. It turns out a lot of great students, but there are so many programs that do that too. It's like
Oh yeah. Oh,
certainly not the only place you can do it, but like I said, totally the right place for me.
100%. And I
And
love
it's
that
so
you
fun. I'm working with Joe Serafini right now, who's another grad. So
I
that's
was
really
like,
fun.
wait, he went to Michigan too. That
Yeah.
what a small theater community it is.
I
And
know.
also, I love that you said that you like didn't have some of the knowledge of like musical theater till later when it came to like these shows
Yeah, I
because
felt
I feel
late.
like that's
I felt
some
late to the party.
well, I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I just think that that like ups the appreciation that you have later. Like you have a newfound appreciation versus like people have been versus the people who have been like loving it for years and are kind of just like, yeah, I've seen that a couple of times. I'm into the newer stuff. And you're like, I'm still into this.
Who knows? I mean, everybody's taste evolves in their own way, and you never know what kind of art is going to speak to you.
Right.
Um, but my path was mine. That was
Yes.
it. I was a little later to some things. So
Yes. Yeah, it's something no shame if you're later to that, honestly.
no, 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 not at all.
Yeah. And so I want to dive into Cape Playhouse before I get into
Yeah.
other things. So you're currently performing in the Cape Playhouse production of Into the Woods as Baker's Wife, which is
Hmm.
iconic. What a great role. And I'm sure that is an absolute dream. What made you want to be part of this production?
Oh, well, I mean, truthfully, Into the Woods has been a show that I've always wanted to do. I've never done it. Um, I, and it's also like I love all of the female identifying characters in the show. Like, like the dream of dreams is to just like do Into the Woods so many times that I play every part once.
100.
Um, that would be the dream. So anytime there's an Into the Woods going around, I'm like, oh wow, dream show, right? Um, and then truthfully, I was really excited about this particular production because I worked at Cape Playhouse last year. I did the play Joan, written by Danny Goldstein,
Oh,
and had a really lovely time up in Cape Cod. I have a young son, and my husband came up, and it was once the show was open, it's like going to the beach during the day, and then you do the show at night, and it was like an amazing working vacation in a place that we would not have been able to come and stay and enjoy for nearly as long as we did. Um, so that's like a huge part of the appeal. And also, Pearl's son, who is incredible, she's playing the witch in this production. So Pearl and I did come from away together and became friends there many years ago now. Time flies. And I knew she was playing the witch. So like, oh my gosh, wouldn't it be a dream to do the show together and be in Cape Cod and do it or what? Like it was like a win win win. Um, so was very happy when an audition came in, felt very, very fortunate to be here. And actually Pearl and I worked it out because she has a son and her husband are here too. So we're all like sharing a house together. My hair is still wet. We were at the beach this morning, came back.
see,
So it's just like a really like, it's a really, personally fulfilling experience in addition to it being a really artistically fulfilling experience with such, I mean, what a dream role, what a rich material that we get to, live in every night. So
oh my gosh. And like the cast list is completely stacked full of
yeah. Yeah. And also just like I have to say, like this cast has been just the most wonderful, collaborative, open-hearted, generous group of artists. We've all just had a wonderful, wonderful time. Everyone is so lovely and such a goofball. So it's been really sweet.
oh my, I mean, it seems like such a great group of people. I I'm curious, this actually isn't on my question list, but I'm curious, how do you approach going into a regional production of a show versus like a longer running Broadway production of a show and going into those rehearsal processes because it's much quicker doing regional.
Definitely. Well, and this is very quick. We only had, I don't want to shortchange it, but I think it was like 10 days of rehearsal. So for a Sondheim. So there's definitely a lot of studying in advance.
Yeah.
Trying to come in as off book as possible. And with my version of the character prepared as fully as I possibly could, while still certainly wanting to be flexible and spontaneous and open to whatever was going to happen in the room with, my wonderful cast and direction, all of that. Because, when you're doing, especially if you're working on a newer material,
Yeah.
right? For a longer running production, you're finding it in the room. Things are changing as you're rehearsing it. So it's definitely a little bit more of a slow burn to sort of find who you think the character is. And this is gotta be ready. Gotta be ready to go.
Oh,
Um,
the characters are so like intricate with so many layers in this show too. So
mhm.
I feel like that
Yeah.
presents an extra
It's well
thing.
written. It's really well written. I think that's like the joy of it. And also it's the joy of it to feel like, oh my gosh, there's always more to unearth. And also I'm like, oh man, I only get 2 weeks. I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna feel like I left stuff on the table, or like
Like,
I know I'm gonna see a future production and or be thinking about it, a month from now after I'm done
oh,
playing the role and be like, oh, shoot. Oh, I get that part. Like there's gonna be something that I feel like I missed, but that's okay. Maybe I'll get to do it again.
yeah. You're like, now I have to do it again and again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. And like the next, and maybe they'll revive it on Broadway again soon because like I feel like that was too short of a revival that they did. I don't know. Like
Who
it
knows? I'm not the one making the decisions on that, but
so Sondheim is like one of the most beloved musical theater creators ever. Why do you think audiences continue to connect with his work?
I mean, I think,
the lyrics.
I mean, I can speak for myself, in that I think he writes from a depth about a depth of humanity, and I think he walks into a character's complexity, um, and is able to capture it in such a truthful way, um, that I think it's very easy to relate to all of the people that he has written into being. Um, and obviously, so masterful, beyond masterful, um, with his wordplay and his music, and how like just natural it can feel. Um, that I think it's kind of, I find it just impossible to resist.
Right. Yes.
But I
How
think I think the things he's written continue to teach us. Like there's always things to learn. He was like such a teacher and loved mentoring and teaching people. And I think his art's going to continue to do that forever and ever.
and like as you were saying, you can re-explore his work multiple times and still find new things.
Yes, 100%.
That's one of my favorite things about live theater is like when you feel like you can revisit a production and be like, I didn't notice that the first 10 times I went to see the show.
Totally. Or as you continue to grow and evolve as a person, right? Like you continue
Yes.
to grow and evolve in your own humanity. You can come back and there's
Hundred.
different things will hit you, right? Or different things will resonate with you. You take
Yeah.
different things away.
So what is your favorite line lyric that you get to say in this
That
show?
I get to say,
I mean,
I think there's so many good ones.
yeah, there's so many that are like life
I
lessons.
mean, Moments in the Woods, I think, is kind of a perfectly written song. So it's hard to like pick one out of there. But I love that. It's one of my favorite songs of all time. I think it's, like I said, a perfect song. So just being able to interpret that every night feels like a blessing in a lot of ways.
Oh my, is there any song that you find yourself, whether it's something that you're on stage for or
Hmm.
something that you're backstage for, just like listening, that you find yourself just like sobbing to every night? Because like I feel like there's so many.
Sobbing? Here's the truth. I don't have time to get too much into my feelings while we're running the show because there's a lot to do now that we're up
You're
and running
better
it.
than me.
But I will say, the first, it's hilarious. It was like the second day of rehearsal. We had like a day of music rehearsal and then we did a big sing read through of the whole thing. And though I have known the song by heart for years, hearing my friend Pearl sing "Stay with Me" as a now coming to this piece as a mom and as a
Yeah.
parent, that destroyed me. I was
Oh,
like, I really have to not actively sob during this table read right now. And
yes.
I had to reel it back so that we could keep the rehearsal could continue.
Oh my God, you're better than me because the poor people who get to sit next to me at these like emotional shows with like so many like great lines, emotional moments. Have
Oh,
to listen
listen, when I'm in the audience, I'll be a wreck when I'm in the audience.
to.
I'm just like this show is so like, the show is amazing in this
It's
way, but
quick.
it's like if you're not on stage, you're running around backstage. So
Right. No, I totally get that. It's insane, I feel like. What's like do you have like a super quick change that you have to do during the show at
no,
all or no?
no, no, not really
Or
quick
like
change.
a quick or like a quick
It's like jackets.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
It's like
jackets
but
for
yeah.
me. The quickest thing that happens is
Probably both.
opening of act two, for me anyway. Opening of act two, I say, like I won't stay here with the baby when a wind might return to this house too, and then I have to go off stage and get the baby in like a
Oh.
carrier scarf, and then we get ready to go back into the woods. So that's like, it's so quick that I'm sweet Javier is helping me get dressed on stage.
Hey, it's a team
Yeah,
effort.
but I don't have any crazy. quick changes. That's not me this go around.
Just running around backstage and
Just running around.
preparing for these songs, these iconic songs that you're
Yeah,
singing.
well, I think what's so great about how the show is written too is that a lot of the scenes are actually quite short. It's very efficient, right? So even if you go off stage, you come right back on for the next thing. So it's very, especially Act One is really, really fast paced. So nobody sits.
I don't
Everybody's
know.
busy.
I don't know if anyone's ever said this, but I feel like the pacing kind of for the show is in a way kind of like very different emotions, but like kind of Gilmore Girls-ish. If
I mean, I sure, why not? I mean,
like
certainly in the way that you can't, there's no fat to trim. You know what I mean? There's
right.
no every word is there for a reason and you need all of them to tell the story, which I
Yes.
think is great. And I definitely think it's keep the pace up. It's definitely more exciting,
Yeah.
especially in Act One.
I mean, for my ADHD mind.
Got it.
Yes, I need like the pacing going on. Do you okay, so if you could create a happy ending for any of the characters in the show, which character would it be?
Wait, I have to pick one? I can't just give them all happy ending?
You're like me.
See, you're probably not going to like my answer right now. I don't know that you're going to like this. I I think that part of what makes the show so brilliant is how everything ends in Act Two and how that can mirror life in the way that things do not always end perfectly,
Yeah.
happily, as expected, but we get to choose to learn from those things and move forward in a collaborative, positive way. So I don't know. I don't really want to
You're like, I can't
mess
do
with anybody. Yeah, I don't really want to mess. I don't want to mess with the show. I don't want to mess with it.
See, I think that question comes from like my optimistic Pisces mind. And I'm like, everything should be like Disney and fantasy. Yeah.
No, well, I mean, I like things a little dark too. So I like it.
I mean, it definitely mirrors a real life, which is like I important to an extent and
Yeah, I think it makes. I think
eye-opening.
I think it's what makes the show really special, and certainly what I think makes it as timeless as it is,
Yeah.
as timeless as some of the fairy tales that they're pulling from.
And speaking of timeless and time, so Cape,
Speaking of time, oh boy.
Cape Playhouse it's kind of an iconic year and an iconic two
Yeah.
coming up because they've been open. Is it next summer for 100?
Next year they
Yeah,
turn 100, which is, I mean, amazing. It's
yeah.
amazing.
So what has it meant to perform there on like
Oh.
the eve summer of that?
You know, it's fantastic. It's wonderful. There's so much history here, and I think it's just so heartening to be here at a theater that is as old as it is, having as many birthdays as it's had, with an energy that still feels so young, vibrant, passionate. Um, it just makes the arts feel really alive, right? Which is what I believe is that art's gonna live forever because it will. But it theater to have a theater that's still thriving and really entering a new era of growth after 100 years of history just feels really, really, really exciting for theater regionally in general.
Is there a favorite fun fact that you learned about Cape Playhouse before performing at Cape Playhouse that you're like, I need more people to know this?
I feel like I learn new things every time I come here about the people that have performed here. Um, the the real fun one that I just found out a week ago when I got here, apparently, I think I'm going to say the right person, that Jane Fonda worked here and um, lost her virginity to a stage manager when she was working here. I
Wait.
think. I don't think I'm misquoting. I think Eric said it was Jane Fonda.
Wait, wait, wait.
I think.
I,
I
because
think she said that in her book. That Eric Rosen like does an amazing like curtain speech every night to like warm
yes.
up the audience, get them going. And I'm
Yeah, yeah,
pretty
yeah.
sure I can like kind of hear it like when I'm behind like ready to enter, but pretty sure it's Jane Fonda.
Well,
And I was like, what? That's crazy.
I have Jane Fonda and like Henry Fonda made his stage debut here. It says
Yep. Betty
also,
White
Bette-
worked here.
yeah, like Bette
Mm-hmm.
Davis started as an usher,
Yep.
which is wild. Like
Mm-hmm.
the history, come on.
Yeah.
And I think like
Gertrude Lawrence. So many people.
insane. And
Yeah.
it's again like you get to be at the beach, which is
Yeah. But then you get
not
to
a
come
bad
to work
thing.
in this like beautiful, like this theater that is the most, it's really just like the campus of it feels kind of magical. And then you come in backstage and it feels like you're walking into like a log cabin in a way. Like it's all just paneled and wood and old. And there's just posters from all the 100 years up backstage. It's like crazy. You can just get totally lost in it.
What's your favorite poster?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I see a new one every day. And I'm like, what? That's
Oh,
cool. Or like you see like that, like here was the season and I don't even know what year. And I'm like, I don't even know half of those shows. That's so cool. So I'm like, you get a
you're like
little history lesson when you come to.
talk about escapism, like for a musical theater fan. And wow, that sounds
Oh,
like
for sure.
extreme form of escapism, especially backstage.
For sure. For sure. For sure.
Oh my God. I would miss my cues. I would be like so excited to see everything backstage. They're
There's
like
lots to see.
never hiring this girl for me. Someone watching this is like, hopefully she never auditions for anything because we're not gonna.
Oh, no, no, no.
Yeah. Um, so I want to ask my last Into the Woods question is,
Okay.
how would you convince people to come see this production of Into the Woods or any production that any of their upcoming productions at Cape Playhouse this summer, next summer, as their season goes on?
Oh, I mean, in the same way for Cape Playhouse, certainly like in the same way that I'm so lucky to be here for my second year because it's like a working vacation for me. Like, come see some really beautiful theater in a really beautiful place. It's like, it really is, it's kind of magical.
I think like Nick Adams was like the beach and the theater. And I was
Yeah, that's
like,
it.
real.
Truly. I mean, I told you, I was at the beach. I was at the beach yesterday for 4 hours and then I did two shows. I was at the beach this morning. Now I'm talking to you. I'm going to do a show tonight. Like, it's heaven. It's heaven.
Love that. And I have to, before I like get to wrap up questions, I have to touch on Broadway and like all of that stuff. So, what was your audition process like for your Broadway debut of Cosette and Les Mis?
Um, what was it like? I think it was actually it wasn't too intense, truthfully. I do remember though that I went in and replaced and did like the last year of that revival. But I had auditioned um the year before when they were doing the first round of casting and had an appointment for Cosette. And I remember I was on tour with Anything Goes at the time and like I think we were in DC and I like trained into the city for a day to do this audition and I was so nervous I totally bombed. Totally bombed my
Wait,
Cosette audition.
I mean,
And
I don't
then no, it's true. Like I got so
really.
nervous. I got so nervous. I did not sing the high note well. It did not come out at all. Like I was so nervous. I don't even think I really did any storytelling in the singing. Like it did not go well. And so I remember, a year goes by and
And
the
you're
audition came in again for a replacement. And I was like, well, I guess maybe they forgot how badly I bombed. But there was part of me that I got the audition. I was like, well, I'm not going to get it. So I guess what's to lose? I also, you know, funnily enough, I was like, I think I'm more of an Eponine was like how I felt at the time. So I was like, I didn't feel particularly like right for it. But I think in some ways that like freed me up,
yes.
because I was able to I didn't really have, um, a, I also like I knew Les Mis, but I was not like a diehard Les Mis person. So I think that helped me that I didn't have any like preconceived notion of what this character should be. Um, but I remember, I had one audition and then I had a callback. And I do remember in my callback, because they were filming for producers that were not able to be there in person, they did have me repeat the high note in the convalescence a bunch of times. I think they just wanted to see like if I could do it a bunch of times in a row, like it make sure it wasn't a fluke, maybe. So I remember that. And then I left, and then I didn't actually hear anything for maybe like 3 weeks. They're like, you'll know by next week. And then I didn't hear anything. So I thought, I just assumed it was a no. And I remember I had just gone to the grocery store and I was on the subway and I saw my phone ringing and it was my agent, And I was like, oh, and I, picked up really quick. I was like, I'm underground on the subway. Can I call you when I get above ground? He said, sure, call me back. And I called back and I was carrying my groceries like in the rain when he like schlepping my groceries in the rain.
Oh dear.
And he was like, I have good news and I have bad news. And I was like, okay, bad news first, please. He's like, well, you remember this? I don't even remember what. It was like a regional production of something that you auditioned for. I was like, yeah. He's like, you didn't get it. And I was like, okay. He's like, you remember your Les Mis on Broadway audition? I was like, yeah. He's like, you did get that. And I was like, what? So that was pretty crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It was a very good day.
I'm obsessed with like anything soprano. So I have to ask, what do you do? Like literally anything soprano, like Phantom of the Opera's in Los Angeles right now, and I'm like dying.
You're like, I gotta go.
Yeah, and then I've had like people like think it's okay to tell me that they don't like those like classical musicals, and I'm like, no, leave. Like, don't ever say that to me. I'm like, that's not okay with me. I take offense. But how do you prepare to sing those high notes? What goes into that?
I mean, I do think, truthfully, my voice likes to sit up there. So that's definitely part of it. That's like kind of a happier spot for my voice. Just I don't know. It depends on the role and what's going on. But you know, thankfully, I have after a lot of years of training, and I have a great voice teacher, and a lot of tools at my disposal. So a lot of times I'll be able to like come up with a warm up that feels very like role specific and show specific, that I can do cool down if I need it after the show. I don't know. I don't have a more like specific routine to give you other than just, trying to identify spots that feel tricky in the score early so that I can figure out where those need to be placed and get them in my muscle memory sooner rather than later.
I mean, like I don't know if you have the reaction like all the time when people hear you sing like that, but I'm always just like in awe, completely like how do they sound like an actual angel singing these notes?
Oh my goodness. Listen, I'm a big fangirl over some sopranos. So I'm right there with you.
Same. What was your favorite song to sing, speaking of those beautiful songs in Les
In
Mis?
Les Mis? I kind of love that Les Mis I was in, everybody starts like in the ensemble or goes into the ensemble. So like I really
I love
I don't know
that
that it was I don't know it was my favorite, but like I loved that I was just in the opening.
one. Yes.
I loved being part of that with all of us just out there in our tattered clothes and on the, I was like, that was like a really thrilling moment
That's
for
one
me.
of my favorite things to notice, like when I go back to see the show, because like I interviewed someone, like people on the tour, and I was like, wait, but you're a lead, but you're also in like the beginning scenes of the show
Yeah.
and like the factory and stuff. I'm like, that's so cool. I love like how many people
Yeah.
notice that.
Yeah.
It's wild.
So
It's
that
like,
was like, I love doing that every night, but also
yeah.
like, I got to sing Heart Full of Love and In My Life, which are like pretty iconic musical theater songs. So that was like a total pinch me moment. I couldn't think too hard about it on stage. It'd be like, because I would have left my body.
Oh my
So
God,
like,
that's like on Broadway, like people are coming to see these shows from all around the world, and specifically
Yes.
like they're like Les Mis on Broadway. Gotta
Yeah.
go.
Yes. That was
So,
definitely something really, really special about that experience for sure.
what did that experience teach you and like help you with as you like now in present day? Like, what do you take with you from that experience to today?
I think that job, and also right out of school, I booked the Anything Goes tour. And those like early professional jobs where you're on longer contracts, I think that like one of the big things that I learned is like how to build up my stamina. What's it like to do 8 shows a week for over a 2 week run, what I'm doing now, right? Where it's like what does my body need? What does my voice need? What does my heart need? What like how can I set up my life so that I can still feel like I'm not only living in and dedicated to the show?
Yeah.
um those are the skills that I take with me, I think.
Yeah. I mean, so important to not just be like in the Les Mis world 24/7. I feel like that would be a little
No, it's very, I mean,
depressing.
it would be, well, we had 5 show weekends, so it would be Friday to Saturday to Sunday, and the last show on Sunday, everybody would be like, it's so sad, it's so much sad, so much death.
Oh my God.
A lot of
I
people die.
You're
So,
right. Like it's definitely a tragedy of a musical, and
yes.
like I feel like if the audience goes out of it being like in tears, then you just have
Yeah.
to imagine the people
Well,
backstage working
it
on the
still
show.
ends pretty beautifully, I have to say,
Oh
I
yeah.
think. But
I get chills, like goosebumps every time the hear people sing happens.
yeah.
And like, come on. And also with Anything Goes, like that's more of a dance heavy show. And
Hmm.
you were touring that show.
Yes, I was not dancing as much as some
Impressive.
others. I kind of only did the lovely dance break, which was still like 7 minute
No.
ballroom. I mean,
Oh,
that was like my happy place. I would love to do a show where I get to dance again.
yes.
I haven't been called upon to do that in a long time. So that's like on my wish list.
Ooh, manifesting.
But
I love it.
yeah, but totally. You're dancing and you're touring and you're
Oh my
in a
God.
different place every week. So that was its own thing too.
You're like, Les Mis was nothing. Those soprano notes were nothing.
No, no, no. No, there's still a challenge.
Oh yeah. But I toured before this and I was keeping up my stamina.
No, it's different for every show. Every show you do requires something new of you, right? Everything you do.
Oh,
So
yes.
there's always that like
The learning.
the learning, that period where you have to like adapt and figure it out.
Yes. And speaking of that, I want to ask what advice would you give to people who are wanting to be in this industry, just getting started, or already in this industry in between jobs? Anything like that.
Um, I kind of like a two-part one. One is, I mean, Brent Wagner, who is the founder and then the head of the musical theater program at Michigan, would say this, and I think of it often, which is that you can't move forward if you're always looking side to side. Um, Meaning, if you're constantly looking to other people outside of you, like, but I can't do that like them, and I can't do that like them, or I don't have this, or I'm not able to, right? Then in that comparison, you lose your sense of self and what makes you you and your secret sauce that you have that nobody else has. And it's hard for you to then move forward and become the best version of yourself. Like comparison is the thief of joy, right? That's another way to say that. Like just
Social media.
you can enjoy what makes other people special and know that you still have plenty of your own special sauce to go around and find what that is and what makes you happy and what makes you you. And the other is, I think, like, I certainly feel this way now, now that I have, as a parent, have like a super full life outside of performing, but just find other things that you love to do that aren't this business, that still feel like a creative outlet, that keep you engaged with not only the industry and art, but the world around you. Like find things that inspire you, find people that inspire you.
Yes.
So you can like keep that creative life force going, because that's the thing that we all like really have and really need. We have to have an outlet for that creativity. So find other things that feed that, so that you're not waiting for a show to call you for you to feel like you get to express that.
What are some of your like favorite things to do when you're not in a show? Speaking of that, I like fun things.
I'm not in a show. I mean, I'm like, I really like design, and I'm like really pretty handy. So like I'm always like, I should paint a room, or I should build a storage thing that could go there. Like that's really fun for my brain. Like the math of like organization and like design stuff is really fun and filling for me. And I, like doing it with friends too. Like they're need a space that needs help with them, like texting them like, here's what about this? What about this? So that's like really fun. But honestly, I mean, it's a lot of playing with my son, which is the
Oh,
best because I just get to experience the world again through him. It
yeah.
sounds very cheesy, but it's true. And he is, his imagination is off the charts. So that is like, yes, and with him and whatever game we're playing is like the best.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, kids are the most beautiful. I want to be like never grow up, never lose their imagination.
Yeah, yeah. I never wanted to grow up. I'm like, don't get
Oh,
any bigger. Stop it.
like yeah, like I witnessed kids the other day. I was like out and I saw some like little girl go up to another little girl and she's like, "Do you want some stickers?" They didn't know each other at all. I'm like,
Uh,
children.
it was simpler. It can be simple. It can be that simple.
Children are just so sweet. It,
True. But also
yes.
we can all, but that sweetness I think still is in all of us.
Oh,
It doesn't
absolutely.
have to be more, I mean, maybe we're not going to go up as, full grown adults and be like, do you want some stickers? But like, there is an equivalent of that, right? Like
Yeah.
we can always extend ourselves in kindness to other people.
Oh, 100%. And before I get to like my wrap up, I have to ask because I love
Oh,
manifest.
okay.
What are some
Manifesting.
dream roles still on your bucket list?
There are many. There are many. I mean, while we're in the Sondheim land, I really want to play Dot in Sunday.
Yes.
Dot Marie. I really want to do that. Um, I have more like dream. It's funny, like there are shows I really want to be in. You know what I mean? Like I have like dream shows, but I think like truly like the big dream would be to originate something.
Yes.
That's like that would be like
The
peak.
top tier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then you get to explore and like make a character from scratch, kind of, and
100%. To
staple.
be involved in the artistic process in that way, and like really see it through and get to perform it on a larger scale would be really fun.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Absolutely.
So that's my big one.
I mean, and for creative mind like yours, I could see that being incredible.
Well, it's like I mean, what's funny is like I love performing, but I really love rehearsal. You know what I
I
mean?
feel like that's also an example of like how like you're into creating these characters for the stage and you want to make something special, something meaningful. You don't just want to like read lines on a script.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
trust me, I still like doing that. I still really like doing that. But I think that would be like that's like a huge dream.
Yeah. But you're like, I want to dive deeper a little bit, which is cool. So, where can people follow you to keep up with what you're doing?
Oh, Becca, I gotta complain. I'm not a really exciting follow. You can follow me on Instagram. my, my handle is Fink about it.
I love that
Um,
so much.
Finke Boutit. Think about it. But I don't post probably as often as people would like. Um, there you go. But I
But
do. You can follow me there.
and you're clever. Were you excited when that name was not taken?
Well, again, to age myself, Instagram was new. Instagram, I was around when
Oh,
Instagram
I mean,
came around. So I was I've been there a while. Don't use it very often, but um
I mean, same. I'm 33. So.
I just feel like I got lucky with my last name.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's
It
such a
lent itself well to
creative
some
handle.
puns.
I love that so much.
Yes,
Was it,
now I have to keep my Instagram just because I can't give up the handle.
oh, yeah. Was it you that came up with that, or
It
did someone
was. It was indeed me. I will take credit for that. But you know
creativity?
what? Maybe after this airs, maybe your friends can be like, "Babe, that was totally me," and then I'll have to come clean. And you'll have to publish like a, "Hey, we have a correction from the
Sorry.
interview."
Sorry, actually,
But I,
too.
as I'm talking to you now, I really do believe it was me myself
Yes.
came up with it.
My handle, I don't think was me, but that's fine.
It's okay.
It's
Doesn't
still
really
cute.
matter. Doesn't really matter.
It's still cute. And then finally, do you have anything else that you want to promote, or do you just want to tell people to come see
Promote.
this season?
Just come. We have 1 week left, so there's not many more chances to see it. But come
Courage.
see Into the Woods Cape Playhouse, or come to Cape Playhouse and
Yes.
just support. Please support your local regional theater. That's
100.
really what I want to say to people.
Yes.
Support your local regional theater.
And people don't realize people like travel to Broadway and they don't realize that there's regional theater that's so good. Like,
Yes, and that it can and should be, I think, a wonderful and vibrant place. Like,
hmm
so
yes,
go see regional theater, support regional theater.
100%. Well, thank you so much for joining,
Thanks.
talking to me. I had
Thank
such a blast
you.
listening to all you had to say. Thanks for watching this episode of Backstage with Becca B. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Becca B Talks TV. Or for more exclusive content from this interview and more, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Backstage with Becca B. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and like this video. Or if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, go ahead and give me a 5-star rating. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.